If God loved man the way he say he do, then why don't he prevent Adam and Eve from sin against him, knowing fully well that the consequence for sin is death and agony? Now, before I dive into this topic, let us first define what love is. In the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 24, the Bible says that, "For this cause shall a man leave his father and his mother, and cleave unto his wife, and they twain shall become one." While in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17 says, "He that is joined with the Lord is one spirit." Now that is the equation of love, two coming together to become one, which means that man is equally one with God. He is just a refractor of God. Now, in this definition of love, we can see that love has nothing to hide from each other. Yet, God was restraining Adam and Eve from eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That tree was the wisdom of God, remember. That means God possesses that tree. Yet, he's restraining the one whom he claimed to love from eating from the same tree. Now, I want you to know something. Notice that it is because of love that made God to prevent Adam and Eve from eating from that tree, because that tree is a tree that can cause death. But for you to be able to birth anything, for example, you have to die. Even Jesus Christ says, "Except the grain of a seed fall to the ground and die, it abided alone." That was why God is the one that created everything. He just pushed them to Adam and Eve to name them. So Adam has not possessed the power to create yet, because he has not eaten the tree that can give him that wisdom for him to procreate. Okay? Now, this is just the whole concept of oneness with God. Now, the first reason is this: God loved man. And because he loved man, he doesn't want to use his hand to kill his son, because that tree is a tree that causes death. That is when the equation of Satan comes in. So Satan is like a scapegoat that is being used to deal with a family dealings. So Satan is another side of the equation. Okay? Now, I'll cite an example. Have you watched a movie called The Pirate of the Caribbean? There is a character that is close, very close to Jack Sparrow. So that whenever someone gets Jack Sparrow angry and he wants to react, he reacted. The punishment will be on that very servant. Now, I just use that one as an example for you to know how Satan, what the role that Satan is playing in this whole scenario. Now, what you don't suffer for, what you don't labor for in life, there is a high chance for you to lose it. Okay? What you don't labor for, there is a very, very high chance for you to lose it. And the wisdom of God demands that you become that which you are always craving to be. Okay? So you pass through experience to become that thing that you want to be, so that you will be able to retain or sustain what you have labored to get in life. That is the wisdom of God. But man was just created and put inside of this garden. He didn't labor for him to create anything. Solomon is a perfect example of what I'm saying. Now, Solomon just got off one money and discovered that he has wisdom, he has riches, he has wealth, he has everything that he required in life. Okay? So he didn't labor. He just inherited those things from his father, David. And because of that, Solomon loses all of these things. So God is just using Solomon as a perfect example for why man has to go through experience in order for him to know how to manage the things that he himself has created. And that is why, even though that tree is a tree of wisdom, God still restrained man from eating it.